We are back. More Black Ops Cold War action here in the COD. Directly, my name is Rob Mars III here with Tej, and we are back on Moscow Hardpoint once again to start off our Silver 2 series. It's going to be LAG and Atlanta Dazed.
And as we've seen in that first series, I mean, Moscow, a map where you're sometimes punished for not hitting those rotations and winning those rotations as well. This is going to be a nice start here for the side of LAG, as they already have those spawns for next and fighting for this P1 time. We'll see. I mean, Carly just playing her life on time as long as she can. Does find one, which will continue to get this time for Atlanta Dazed. But LAG, you already can see, worried about that rotation. Have to see player number 8 here at the bottom of the map. Make sure he doesn't get through to that street side.
Good hold here from Atlanta Dazed. But now the push over to P2 begins. A nice little communication as they push up Carly. But look where LAG is spawning. They are actually spawning way out of this one. Atlanta Dazed going to have some nice numbers. I think they're starting to realize it. But Freebie is not letting this one go that easily. Gonna find two. Has to look for one more player. It is going to be Carly. Bullets fly back and forth, but none are quite connecting yet. And now all of a sudden, Carly finds herself alone in the back trying to break through this spawn. But it should be LAG that should get the first few points here on P2.
Yeah, I'm obviously holding that setup pretty strong here and really waiting for that P2. The man fallen, just an absolutely amazing player. Had the pleasure to play him earlier in this season, and it's going to be LAG getting these kills and continuing to fry on this P2. Just really not letting Atlanta Dazed get through on any aspect, and you can already see Atlanta Dazed knows the situation. They're backing up. They're ready for P3. Already, maybe just gonna try to hem them in just a little bit, but not playing from the side too much. You gotta worry about LAG getting out though.
What tough?
Gonna have some shots fly by just a little bit. And now you're seeing Atlanta Dazed actually spawning behind the point here, so LAG doing a good job of pushing the spawns for next. Carly though, big kill there on the back of the map.
Big kill on the back. Spawns are not yet in Atlanta's favor. Yeah, Carly gonna try to make a play, but Cam will ultimately take her down. So LAG once again gonna find these initial first points. Freebie gonna try to find a kill, but kill switch with the nice slide is able to answer right back. So now Atlanta Dazed with no spawns are gonna hold on to the point for now, but now the spawn's gonna be in their favor. They're gonna spawn it in the backside, and they're gonna cause LAG a bit of trouble here. They're gonna push in from all fronts to go down right away. They're trying to find this last player onto the point, and it looks like they will absolutely do so. It's gonna be up to Fallen to try to make a last-minute play. We'll find one. Can he find any more? He's going to try to find the second player. He does, and the third player is just not going to go for the challenge. I think Colton was hoping for some spawns there for Atlanta Dazed, but ultimately not able to get them. So now they move on to the point. We'll get the remaining scrap time here. A race over to P4 is imminent. I think LAG are already going to win.
Yeah, and LAG can put themselves in these power positions on this hill, which are sometimes pretty difficult to find and see. But Atlanta Dazed already hot start here, finding all three. Make it all 4, and they're going to be set up here for next. Early split spawns coming in here for LAG. Got to read this if you are Atlanta. Doing a good job so far of getting this kill. Player number 4, though, Stroke and Choke. What a name. Sitting in the back as well. Potential pinch coming in, and now, just as I say that, yeah, the pinch is in, and LAG is going to be able to get back on this time.
You needed to not say that to
I'd
me.
not bring that up. I mean, come on, it was right there.
I know, but there wasn't a play involving him yet, and I'm gonna. All right, anyway. That just checked me out so bad. P4, Atlanta Dazed is gonna be spawning right on the bank side, so they should be able to hop on here as they continue to hold the line. LAG looking for a way in, but Atlanta Dazed will hold on to the rest of the scrap and maintain their lead. So now back to the next point we go here. It looks like Fawn is going to be set up first here onto P1. So should get a couple of seconds here, but Atlanta Dazed are on their way. They're going to push in from that gold side and cause some pressure here for LAG. LAG still maintaining control of the street, though, and they will also continue to hold the spawns here for P2.
Yeah, now back to this P1 side, and it is going to be LAG once again finding themselves in a familiar situation with being able to hold on to that P2 side off the rip. Try to get some time here on this P1 as well, and doing a pretty good job overall in the kills department. But now we'll see is Atlanta starting to find their footing just a little bit, and again LAG usually go all the way back to try to make sure that they don't give up these P2 spawns.
Yeah, they continue to hold on tight. It's going to be Stroke and Choke that is holding down those spawns over towards the back. and it will pay off as all of LAG spawning inside of PD. But Atlanta Dazed are not too far behind, though. They're going to be pushing in through the front side and getting a couple of kills, and Kill Switch is turning it on, going to find 2, but not able to find a 3rd. So LAG should maintain these spawns for now and should be able to get the first little bit of time here. Atlanta Dazed going to look for a little bit of a pinch, but now LAG is starting to spawn out, so there should be a full-on collapse on top of Cameron. It will absolutely be so. Atlanta Dazed spawns point, both of it's theirs.
And now this is a big point of the game for LIG, because you kind of need to break this hill to make sure it doesn't slip away from you this match. Going back and forth seal. Try to just stay down on this point and wait for the reinforcements, which comes in from Carly, excuse me, finding 2 in the feed. And look at this, Atlanta Dazed actually has a chance to get this over to P3 as well, a chance to chain these hills together. Freebie going to fight for last. He gets taken down, though. Colton going to be the last stop here for the side of Atlanta Dazed on this side of the map on the rotation. Does find 1, has a lot more to do, though. Going to get taken down, so LIG should have this rotation in, but they're continuing to get pushed. Now you're actually seeing LIG once again spawning behind this P2 side, so Atlanta Dazed is in the driver's seat here if they can get these kills, but they cannot. Guess who? Fallen. Finding a few, and this will set up LIG. They need a big kill here, but watch, look at that spawn there from player number 8. Are we playing MW2?
Oh, Colton gonna get the gifted spawn, but it's not gonna lead to anything. I mean, you're by yourself, and the rest of your team has to be running in over by P1 side, so there's not enough time to work with there. The funny thing is LIG winning a lot of the rotation to all of these points, but the scoreboard just would absolutely not show because Atlanta Dazed are just not letting LAG breathe. Every time you think LAG is going to be comfortable, they're going to eat the time, Atlanta Dazed is right there to just shove it right back in their face and retake what's theirs. Right now, though, LAG putting on a good front at the moment, but 20 seconds on the clock. Atlanta Dazed not as much worried about this one. They're going to start moving on over to next, but they got to keep an eye. This is where spawns get really wonky here. LAG going to push over the side, and Fallen might play for streaks here.
Yeah, Fallen starting to heat up a little bit, sitting at 18 and 12. Definitely would be big on a map like this. Kill switch, finding 2. Fallen, though, finding another one, does finally get taken down. Colton with a streak in his back pocket as well. We'll see when that does come into play. But right now, Atlanta Dazed just soaking up this time, and LG need to find a way in. Finding 2 and starting to move up the map to try to break into this P4. But look at this. I mean, Atlanta Dazed holding it down. Only 2 players on that time. Kill switch looking for the last one in the back, and stroke. He's taken down. Atlanta Dazed firmly in control right now.
Yeah, Atlanta Dazed just continuing to hold the line once again here on this hill. 200 marks should be theirs here momentarily. Fallen's going to find a way on through. He's going to find 1, but can't find any more. That's going to be up to his teammates right now, but Carly is still in position to make a play here alongside Kill Switch. Carly's going to find 1, trying to find a second, but can't switch the weapon in time. Fallen going to find both and should maintain the point here for LAG. And now Atlanta Dazed is a little behind on the rotation, but the funny thing is LAG also had not considered this, so they did not move over in time. So there's going to be a bloodbath here momentarily. 3 players on each side going to be moving in towards this P1. So a contest to kick this one off, and first blood goes the way of Atlanta Dazed.
And the contest going to continue to come in. LAG needs to fight this. I mean, you're in a spot where you just cannot give up too much time on this P1. You do have spawns for next, but that is almost a secondary thought at this point. You have to continue to contest this time on P1. They're, unfortunately for them, not finding the kills at this point in time. As Colton with the snap does get taken down by Fallen. And this has allowed Kill Switch to get into top PD here. He is really trying to play for these spawns, but he's taken down. Having said that, though, Atlanta Dazed still on that P1 time.
Yeah, still success over on the P1 time. I think Atlanta Dazed are trying to put the pressure on LAG and try and keep them away. But Fallen is just not letting that happen. 25 and 16, make it, 27 and 16 here for Fallen. And it's continuing to just be a problem on the point. Carly finally finding him. But the rest of LAG are going to be set up here for next. But they have a uphill battle to climb. But Seal is actually going to break on through the front. And smart play, not holding on to the point. Gonna sneak up through the back, but Freebie's going to read it and find the kill. Big play there out of LAG to continue to hold on to spawns. But spawns are a little wonky as Atlanta Dazed are pushing in through the middle. Kill switch, AR in hand, trying to find any of the spawn holders here for LAG. Looks for Fallen, finds him, but the trade is immediately there. So LAG once again putting up the brick wall. They're not letting anybody through.
And 33 seconds, again, a spot for Atlanta Dazed where how do you want to play this? Do you want to continue to push this? Do you want to kind of just set yourself up to make sure you don't get out-rotated because the kills are going the way of LAG. And now you see Atlanta Dazed starting to back up. Cam, though, going to get taken down by Colton. And that's actually going to be 2 big kills by Colton because it keeps LAG off that time. And that's going to be, I don't know, about 7-8 seconds, maybe closer to 10 seconds where they're not getting that time. Atlanta Dazed set up to next. LAG has started to get this game a little bit closer, but here is the pressure point right now. You have to break this hill. The streak coming in. That is a great streak, and maybe the opening here now for LAG.
Yeah, and LAG have a bit of an opening, but they're going to have to try to capitalize on it very quickly here. And it looks like they will do so. They find 1 kill that allows them to get onto the point, but the spawns still, I believe, in favor of Atlanta Dazed. But look of this player here coming in through the backside for LAG is going to find 1 and continue to put pressure on Atlanta, but the answer is there. Rainbow Feed keeps his point somewhat contested, but Sealed, though, finds 2. Great play. Atlanta have spawns and point. They're going to look to put this one away. They have just enough time to do so here, and they're going to try to keep LAG pinned back, but LAG are going to group up and try to make this push. They got to go.
Yeah, and you just got to basically force your way through the front, and Atlanta knows this. The kills trying to go the way of LAG, and it's really back and forth at this point in time. Cam will eventually get on this time, but we are heading over to a P4, and the rotation is coming in hot here. Fallen, I mean, this guy is absolutely frying here on this map 1, but will it be enough as Atlanta Dazed look to put this one away?
Atlanta Dazed trying to find those initial kills, but right now they're going the way of LAG, but the spawns are still in favor of, I believe, the Atlanta Dazed, as they're going to be spawning on the bank side, so they're going to hop on this point. LAG got to go. They got to start hauling their ass. They got to get onto this point right now. Fallen's going to try to find the opening kill. Can't quite do so. The pick is there. One more contest as Cam got to fall on down and just contest this point for as long as he can. Wait for the rest of the team to hop on over and get some kills. No one is poking their head. Good nade there, but Cam, the trash can saves the day once again. We've seen this spot time and time again. 20 seconds and counting. LAG just have to hold on. It looks like they found a flank on through. But look at Atlanta Dazed. Look, Carly coming, or I believe it's CR. Yeah, it's Carly coming around the outside. Gonna find one, gonna try to find a second, but gets found out. It looks like roles have flipped here. Atlanta Dazed are gonna hop onto the point and get it done. 250, 203. LAG definitely made it interesting, but Atlanta Dazed lead was just too big, and the rally came too late. Map 1 goes the way of Atlanta.
Yeah, and just as you said, a little bit too late there. LAG started to get themselves back into it on a couple of those hills, but they could not string together, you know, those 2 or 3 hills to really get themselves.
We are back. Short break, but we are back. I told you it got to smooth itself out a little bit. We had issues in the beginning, obviously, but we worked through it, and we are back with some standoff. Search and Destroy. Silver 2 matchup. Atlanta Dazed. Really good clinical hardpoint into them on Moscow. But now over to one of the most classic maps of Call of Duty history. Standoff, where LAG will tie this one up.
Playing this very passively is LAG starting on the attacking side, and just some shots ringing out just a little bit. Getting to know everybody, and now maybe a play through Brown here for LAG. Freebie from top. Not able to see anything, but just a cat and mouse game right now for these teams, and it is going to be Atlanta Dazed with that first blood. Freebie does get taken down. The lives are even, though, as Carly gets found out.
Couple of quick answers here. Puts LAG down in the ground. Atlanta Dazed will take this one, and they will get the defuse here. So a good start for them. They answered right on back after a couple of quick kills. So Atlanta Dazed continuing the momentum once again. They'll be up 1-0. Everybody getting a kill apiece. It's as good a start as you can get there. Everyone making themselves incredibly valuable. Kick up the standoff.
Nice start there for Atlanta Dazed. Starting off on the right foot as they did on that map 1, and looking to continue this momentum that they have. And for LAG, I mean, they played that one, like I said, very passive on the offensive side, but losing some of those gunfights and putting themselves in a disadvantage. Can't, you know, obviously cannot continue to do that throughout the Search and Destroy. Stroke and Choke. Best name in the CRL, starting off 2-1.
I can't with that one, but yeah, round 2, here we go. Atlanta Dazed. Good look to get the bomb down themselves. There'll be a fight over at over in mid here. Carly's gonna find one, and Seal's gonna find one as well. Trades go the way of Atlanta 3v2. As B-Site continues to be the push here, and Stroke and Choke is the only one really looking to do anything over on that B-Site. Freebie now has opened up his lane. Trying to find anyone. Seal going to push up. No bomb in hand. Colton's still going to be the bomb horror. Just going to wait this one out. But some information there for Atlanta. I think B is still going to be this play here for them.
Yeah, I mean, maybe. They know Freebie is kind of cornered on this side of the map. So you see player number 6, Kill Switch. He knows that he's going to be this side. The stun is out, basically reassuring that information. But you know you have Freebie kind of trapped over toward this A side. And there's no way for him to get out toward mid, so maybe trying to make a play over toward B, but it's not going to work out for Atlanta Dazed too well from the start, and now maybe thinking about a regroup here, seeing what the play is.
Gotta look to get over here shortly, but Freebie has an opportunity to clutch this one up, but Colton with the nice pre-fire there is going to find that kill and put Atlanta Dazed up 2-0. Another strong round there of Atlanta Dazed. I mean, both these teams are just getting the kills onto each other, but Atlanta Dazed just seems to get one up on LAG in both of these situations. So good few rounds for them here. LAG going to look to answer back here shortly. And right now, their powerhouse Fallen hasn't quite found his stride yet. We'll look to do so here on the attacking side.
Yeah. We'll see how they play this. I mean, if they play this a little bit more patient, or excuse me, as patiently as they did the first time, which looks to be the case. Cam has that bomb in hand. And some presence over toward this gas side for Atlanta Dazed. We'll see if they try to push it through. It looks like Sia will do that and does get through. Scotch-free, and now a flank opportunity coming in. See if LEG picks up on this, but Seal is essentially just being able to roam wherever they like right now and just looking to find a timing, which should be right here. And first blood goes to the way of Atlanta Dazed.
Everything's still just turning up for Atlanta here. LAG have yet to find their way through, and Seal is just being a problem, finding Freebie towards the back. So now 2v4 situation here for LAG. Bomb is still in their possession at least, but B is still going to just have to be the play. 30 seconds on the clock. Falling up top of that Craig, going to try to open things up, but they just know that they're in there. There is not a lot of exit ways for LAG to get out of the spot. They're going to have to just blast their way through. For this first kill, and actually finds his toes. Going to take that down. But running out of time here is LAG, and that kill is going to put the bomb on the ground, and Atlanta Dazed are just going to clean up the rest. Clinical stuff out of Atlanta Dazed here. Standoff, search, and destroy seems to be their map right now.
Yeah, it looks like LAG kind of coming out and, you know, getting stunned a little bit here is the search and destroy, at least the first 3 rounds, not going the way they would have liked. So a lot of time to turn this one around. But as I said in the first series, never a situation when you want to go down 2-0. And right now, LAG is looking like if they don't turn something around here soon, that might be the case. CL 6-2 was literally able just to roam the map that last round, found 2 kills, and it's kind of just been that map right now for LAG. They get first blooded once again.
Yeah, they're just getting a little too, I guess, exposed. They're just revealing themselves too early and getting paid for it, but the trade is there to at least even things up for the time being. And Atlanta Dazed actually going to be in some trouble here. The bomb was dropped. I don't know why they sent Seal so far ahead of everybody else, so the bomb is literally going to be sitting next to the site, and Freebie probably has an idea that that was the bomb carrier. So it's going to be some trouble for Atlanta Dazed to try to get this bomb back and try to make a play, but everyone just hanging tight right now. No one wants to make a move quite yet. Atlanta Dazed all hanging out basically towards spawn over to the back deli side. LAG in the meanwhile just gonna just hang tight for now.
Yeah, you eventually got to make this play over toward the bomb. It looks like that has kicked in now with 30 seconds on the clock. They're going to pick it up, and Carly will look to make the play. You know somebody's going to be over here. It's just about trying to find it. Carly actually able to get this bomb down for free. And now these other Atlanta players are able to get in support, finding one already. The trade does come in, though, so 2v2 situation.
Yeah, Fallen's going to be sneaky, though. Going to come around the outside. Sees one gun poking out of the cubicle. Can't quite find it, though, but is going to eventually get there. Oh, stop shooting, but it didn't matter. Cam is there for the finish. Good flank there out of Fallen. Just causes disarray over on the Atlanta Dazed side. So LAG will finally get themselves onto the board. It'll be 3-1 Atlanta Dazed, but LAG have finally found a little bit of footing here. Now they just got to make the most of it.
Yeah, I mean, you know, they needed to have that, right? You can't go down 0-4 in a series where you already lost map 1, so they get on the board there. Can start swinging things their way, hopefully for their sake. Just really has been a tough effort. I mean, it just feels like every time that they think they have an opening, Atlanta Dazed has been able to shut it down or find that trade, but this round does go their way. Fallen. It's probably 1 shot or 2 shot too lights, but Cam is there for the answer. Wins that round for them, and we'll see what they're able to do here. Back on the attacking side, Cam leading the way at 4-3. Just needs somebody on the side of LAG to be that playmaker for them. You know, after that map 1, would have thought it was Fallen. Not the best start for him, but a lot of time left. Once again, though, I mean, Atlanta Dazed continuing to get these first bloods.
Yeah, I'm not totally sure why they're just letting themselves get taken out like that. I mean, I know Colton is going to post up top. He's basically gone there every single time on the defensive side. So not really sure what the thought is there for LAG. So Cam goes down. Bomb will still be in their possession at the very least. And LAG are just completely spread out, and I'm not totally sure about this play. I don't know if they're just trying to see what lane is going to be open and then take it, but it's going to take them a while here. I mean, and Atlanta Dazed are perfectly spread out. All lanes are currently covered. LAG just has nowhere to go. They're going to have to just group up and just get on through whatever lane they decide. I think A is going to be that choice.
Stroke's in a decent position, but the issue, again, for him, I mean, he's got the AR in hand, and this play over the player and kill switch is going to be a tough one to get off of this tractor, and time is of the essence. Kill switch, as I said, I mean, just finding that timing, now looking for more. The trade does come in. Freebie on that bomb, he gets taken out as well. Now Fallen left in a 1v3, does find one. Bomb needs to go down as well. I mean, just a tough situation here. Not enough time to really make a play. Atlanta Dazed find the kill, and they go up and take another round. I mean, if you're LAG, you gotta find a way to stop getting first blood. That is
that's your
problem
main
number 1.
Yeah, I was gonna say that is your main problem here. Out of all the problems that we currently have in a search and destroy, that is your absolute main problem. So let's see if LAG decide to fix that this time. I'll have to find out and see. I mean, there's got to be something they can do to get themselves back up and running, because the machine is currently just not working as expected. Atlanta Dazed. Gonna move on to our day site once again. And it just doesn't matter. It just does not matter. It doesn't matter. First blood goes the way of Atlanta Dazed once again, but this time LAG actually do a good job of answering back. So the score is even 3-3. A little bit over a minute left on the clock here. A, I think, still going to be the choice for Atlanta Dazed. And everyone's just trying to find the right position here. Freebie in a good spot here. Can't quite get picked off by anybody for Atlanta Dazed. So unless they rotate here, they're going to have to blast their way through this one as well.
I mean, what that trade does at the very minimum is at least it slows down Atlanta Dazed a little bit, because for once they don't have the advantage early in a round, so they'll slow down just a little bit. Bomb's still going over toward A, but a spread across the map right now for Atlanta. Maybe looking for an opening, looking for a pick.
Whoa.
There's now shots coming in, Stroke. It's going to be weak, does get out with his life. Again, that bomb over toward that A side. This was being playing very interestingly. Fallen. He's going to get taken down. Now a 2v2 situation. Time is ticking.
Oh, it's a good try there from Kill Switch, but can't quite find it. So Seal is going to get this bomb down, and he's going to have to immediately just take cover here. 1v2 situation here. Has to defend the bomb. I think Freebie and Stroke and Choker are just going to stack up here, but Seal is going to hold on tight. Doesn't hear them. Can't hear them. Going to have to just try to react here. He's going to get the angle, but no! Good play there out of Freebie to catch Seal on the side in that corner. So LIG with a good retake. They'll get this defuse and bring us here to the swing round. It's going to be 4-2 Atlanta.
Yeah, swing round coming up. Probably the most important point in this series so far, you have to say, is big round there for LAG. And look, I mean, they get first blooded, but as we said, they did a really good job of evening up the numbers quickly. And hey, look at that. It makes your job a lot easier. Crazy how that works, but they are going to be back now on the offensive side, looking to draw this series just a bit closer. Everybody on the side of LAG right now is negative, which, I mean, you'd think maybe this would even be a little bit further apart than it is. But 4-2, it's good news for them, and not out of it yet. Just got to have a few big rounds here. Cam, does he get the peak? He does, and already
Ooh.
2 kills going the way of LIG. Nice start of the round for them.
Yeah, this is exactly what they needed. They finally need to turn up a little bit, and this is a good round to do it. Finds Carly and Seal, and should have a free plant here on to B. Colton and Killswitch pretty spread out here, but have a good pinch opportunity if they can just find the timing.
Oh my god.
And this defuse is going to be a quick hop. I was going to say, that's a worthy strat, but not going to be enough. So LG take the swing round. And they'll make this game interesting now. So 2 in a row puts them back on pace here. They still got to work to tie it up, though.
Yeah, fall on, as you see. Big 2 to start off that round, and LAG from there to not look back. A cheeky little, I don't even know if you can call it an engine fuse, because that was in plain daylight, but, you know, we move on as LAG get 1 round closer.
B-side appears to be the play here for Atlanta Dazed. They're going to stack on up. They're going to move over, but it looks like they're going to take the back alley side this time and try to catch LG off guard, but I think Fallen might have gotten a piece of them because the rest of LG have moved back to stack on up, but Choke and Choke will fall first. Carly there gets responded to quickly. Fallen's in a great spot here, and Skelly going to try to take on kills, which is going to find it. Can't find the second one there on the side. And neither can the rest of Atlanta Dazed, and all of a sudden they stack up, and Fallen has done damage, and now the chase comes on through. What a play there out of Fallen, biding his time and trusting his gun to do the work. And out of nowhere, we're tied up at 4.
There he is. I mean,
this is what we wanted.
Yeah, I mean, the player that you know at some point is going to make a big impact play comes in with just a phenomenal play, and getting that information to start the round for his team as well is, you know, the back alley push is something that we haven't seen yet for the side of Atlanta Dazed, but I mean, LAG looked like they read it right out of a book right away, and like I said, big round there for Fallen, exactly what they needed, and just like that, we are tied up in the search and destroy.
Fallen, I think, went from somewhere of like, I don't know if it was like 2 and 3 or 2 and 4 to now 8 and 5.
Yeah.
So Fallen has been starting to build up a streak, currently on a 5. On the attacking side, looks like B is going to be the play, and Seal is immediately going to take matters into his own hands here. He's going to go all the way around the outside and try to catch some LIG players off guard. Stroke and Choke might be the victim here. Posted up onto boxes, and it's just going to be too easy. Seal's going to shoot him right in the back. So now LG have a lot to worry about here, as they're essentially cornered. Don't really have much of an exit plan, except they go through the back, but even at that point, they're just going to be stuck in gas. And Carly is going to find 1, going to find 2, and all of a sudden the bomb is dropped. And it's going to be up to Cam in a 1 versus 4.
Yeah, this is going to be a pretty triggering round for LAG, because if you're Stroke and Choke, you're basically playing A side by yourself, and your teammates are on the other side of the map, and it's like, how does this player get through for the second time in this map and flanks me in the same spot? And then when they try to get aggressive onto that B site after the kill, bomb goes down, 1v4 situation. Almost impossible. Cam, this would be a historical clutch, but with time running out and no Atlanta Dazed players wanting to give anything away, it should be an Atlanta Dazed round, and they will be 1 round away from putting this series up 2-0, and it'll be exactly the case.
Yeah, just good stuff there out of Carly. Finds that 2. And puts LIG just in a horrific spot. Bomb dropped right there. Cam had nothing to work with. Just a good post up and great patience and a great flank as well. I believe it was Freebie who went around the outside, or I'm sorry, not Freebie. Or it was Seal who went around the outside.
Seal, yeah.
Found Stroke and Choke over towards the boxes and just kicked things off. I mean, such a ballsy play. And it ends up working out in their favor. So 5-4. Atlanta Dazed looking to close it out here on offense. So he's going to post up with bomb in hand. And something I really want to see out of Atlanta Dazed, I don't want bomb carry to push up too far with the rest of the team in back. And Seal's starting to scare me at the moment in that regard.
And pretty passive setup for Atlanta here, is they're kind of just chilling in red and waiting for the play as Freebie going to get some information, get some shots off and back right on up. I mean, you're getting to the point in the match where you just don't want to give anything away in the search and destroy in this round 10. Freebie, though, does slide through to get some positioning over here. It's really going to be, once again, about this first blood and these first engagements. Whoever comes out on top should be able to take this round. Freebie, I don't know if he heard the slide. Let's see. Big gunfight incoming.
Explosive's going to be there. The hit marker's going to be there, so you know at least one player is going to be in the cubicle. It's going to be Fallen. Seal gets eyes on Freebie, though, ends up catching the friend and catching up Seal as well. So man advantage here goes towards LAG, and Freebie's going to find another one, make it a third. Can they find the ace? No, Colton opens up things towards the back door, finds one, finds two, almost stacks up on a third. Has to just make a move, but I don't think the time is going to be there in Colton's favor. Coming around the outside is Colton looking for extra LAG players, but they have all ran away. So now we go to round 11 here on map 2. Stand up, search and destroy round 11. What could be better?
That was a little close there.
Yeah, that was close.
Or excuse me, yeah, LAG. In the end, they do pull it off. But look, their engagements over toward that site went their way, and it just led them to a spot where Atlanta Dazed just could not get, you know, with the time and the life advantage in the way of LAG, just could not overcome that situation. LAG going to the attacking side on this pivotal round 11 in our playoff series. Fallen getting aggressive already with this bomb, maybe looking to get this down on B early. We'll see, but Seal, once again, you have to account for Shield this time around, and they finally do.
Nice, great play.
So now this slows down Atlanta big time, and this could allow LAG to get this bomb down.
Yeah, but they're being ultra careful, and I can't necessarily blame them. Freebie, though, ends up being the one that finds the first blood. Perfect time for LAG to finally find a first blood here, but that nade might do some damage. Shield actually going to find the stick, so the bomb will go down, but Carly ends up finding a kill. I think a trophy actually ended up killing that instead, but for the most part, 3v3, 34 seconds on the clock. Atlanta Dazed is going to have to work the pinch here. And they're going to have to just kind of act out on their own accord. But look, Kill Switch actually found her way through Zig here. Carly got to check this corner, not going to be able to, and all of a sudden it's down to Kill Switch. 1v2 situation here. Just going to hop the bomb, though. Is anybody going to check at the time? It's probably going to be Fallen. Did he see? And he did. And a big comeback win here out of LAG. They will take the map 2, 6-5. So we are now tied up at 1 here on the series.
Look, they did the one thing that was killing them a lot of their offensive rounds is they finally shut down that long flank from Seal through gas. Once that was the case, it put Atlanta on the...
And we are back here, Garrison control. LAG and Atlanta Dazed. It was a grueler on standoff search and destroy, but LAG goes up on top to take the, or I'm sorry, to tie up the series 1-1. But now Garrison control, and it's Atlanta Dazed right now as they're hopping on B here early.
Yeah, Fallen already though. Starting off hot for LAG, and there's going to be Cam getting taken down. So Atlanta Dazed will continue to get on this time. Ooh, nice kill there from the man stroke and choke before he gets traded out. But it is going to, again, allow Atlanta Dazed to be able to push up this map right now. They are getting the kills as well, so back and forth start so far. Hello, kill switch with the getting killed right there with the player laying on his stomach. Now, Freebie not going to suspect this player. Atlanta Dazed should have this B captured.
Yeah, B should go down in their favor. So now over to A we go, and LAG already going to get themselves posted up. Fallen is going to take over green. Seal is just going to try to look over through this brick side here. Has Kill Switch in tow. We'll find the first kill. Fallen will try to keep Kill Switch at bay. And ultimately, Seal will go down from stroke and choke. So LAG get a couple of kills to kick this off and keep things at a bit of a stalemate for now. 1:40 on the clock, so a lot of time to work with here for Atlanta Dazed. And they also have 5 lifespans right now.
Yeah, man, and your pressure point right now is getting this green control, which Atlanta is starting to get here. So if they can maintain this and start to find these picks on these LAG players, it's going to put them in a tough spot with LAG already being in a lives disadvantage. And now it's going to just be basically LAG having to fight this from the lower ground here. They're actually doing a really good job of keeping them at bay for the time being, but again, the name of the game for Atlanta Dazed is keep control of this green area and just be absolute menaces for this LAG side. Carly getting a kill from Catwalk will look to go in, does get traded out though. LAG holding on for the time being.
Yeah, good hold here out of LAG. Just not giving any ground here to Atlanta Dazed. Atlanta Dazed only have time for 1, maybe 2 pushes if they play their cards right, and that's going to be a good couple of kills there on Colton. Heads popping off. The Fallen, I can't answer back, but Colton is still a problem. Finds 3 is going to hop onto the point here. Might be able to get this first tick if he's able to stay alive, but LAG are going to race and hop on in. Colton realizing Atlanta doesn't have the numbers, so he's going to back on up. Now, finally some help. Pretty desperate side there out of Fallen, but man, Colton is just not going to go down worth anything. Turns and burns onto another player of LAG. Colton once again to hop on his A site, finds a kill. Atlanta in control here. They might be able to find this first tick.
Yeah, that was a huge kill on the player pinching from Cat, and now you have the setup right now. If you are Atlanta Dazed, all 4 players stacked over toward this point. It is going to go very quickly, and without any respawns left, LAG put in quite the bind. They are not even going to be able to get there. Atlanta Dazed stack the point or the gyms. They take round number 1.
Yeah, round number 1, just a great break, and they're going to hop on and just stack it on up, as you said. Bided their time. They had so much time to work with after the A cap, and Colton goes freaking huge here. Finds 2 headshots, finds a third, and just continue to stay alive on top green, not letting any entryway go towards LAG without any blood being spilled. So Atlanta Dazed going to be up 1-0, and now on the defensive side we go. Atlanta Dazed could look to double up right here.
Still, I think the biggest kill from that round from Colton was that kill or that trade on the player pinching from Cat, because that could have been a really bad situation there for Atlanta Dazed. Anyway, I mean, we move on to this defense, and already they're starting where they left off. They are running through LAG right now, and already LAG put in this early potential spawn trap. I mean, a lot of work for LA Dazed. That's a new one. Atlanta Dazed move up the map, but right now doing a really good job of just pinning LAG back.
Yeah, they're just completely stuck in this trap right now. There might be a bit of a hole over towards Dark that could allow LAG to sneak on through towards that B point. But right now, it's just not happening. As LAG just posting up on construction and posting up on their headies. Fallen going to be the first one to kind of touch the point a little bit. It will finally get there, but just looking towards the bridge right now as they know there's got to be a player over on the green. So now Freebie gets the go-ahead to move on up and try to cause more problems here for Atlanta Dazed, and he will absolutely do so. Finds the kill onto kill switch. So now LAG have a stack onto the point here. They're going to hold onto lights, and they're going to hold onto the complete side of this map.
And if you're Atlanta Dazed, you can fight this. Obviously, it's going to do it all by yourself. I was going to say maybe wait for reinforcements and, you know, take as much off of this as you can, because only 24 seconds left. LAG has to hold one of these points, but Carly, once again, just absolutely frying, sitting at 12-7 right now. It is a pinstripe kill feed, but right now it is Atlanta Dazed in the driver's seat. Kill switch with that. Just still not able to get the kill. He's going to try to move with Matt. Fallen with a big kill. Is this the chance for LAG to just get on a point right now?
Yeah, they just can't seem to find their way on. They're going to try to sneak their way on, and that's a good kill there out of Fallen to at least keep things alive. But 1 second on the clock is just not going to be enough to work with. LAG just getting shut down from the very beginning. So Atlanta Dazed up 2-0. They have a 5-tick lead, and they could easily win this round right here and just completely done and dust this map.
Yeah, I mean, Atlanta Dazed looks unstoppable right now in this garrison control. They're playing this absolutely perfectly, taking that first round offense, and then in that defensive round, I mean, just not letting LAG do anything. I mean, not really. I mean, Colton sitting at 12-4, definitely somebody who's popping off, but
all 12 kills on the objective, by the way.
Yeah, interesting. That is that's quite the stat there, and he's got streaks in the back pocket as well. So looking to push this, but as I said, I mean, Atlanta Dazed a chance to absolutely speed run through this control.
What was that hip fire? Headshot through green door. Opens things up on the A side. LAG getting screwed on the spawns as well. They're going to spawn over by light side, and Seal is now going to cause even more problems. Going to hop onto the B site here and has reinforcements. LAG are going to be in full panic mode right now. They got to burst their way through both points. Looks like A is going to be the option, but no, they're actually going to split the team here. So progress being made at both points. B specifically is going to go down 2 ticks, but they've committed so many resources over to B. It is a good thing that Com won that battle over to A. That was almost disastrous for LAG.
Man, it's just a great start for Atlanta, though. And you're already putting LAG on the back foot. Only 3 lives lost and 9 for the side of LAG to start this round. Fallen, that is not good, because now go 2 down, make a 3 down, make a 4 down. This one should be in the record books where LAG is spawning, and Atlanta Dazed absolutely speed run
Oh my
through that
god.
garrison control. Unless an LAG member can get there, they cannot. That was
Okay.
a quick one. Atlanta Dazed, my goodness.
I mean, like I said, I valued a lot of what I saw in that first hard play, and I knew that it was going to carry over. But what I didn't expect was something like this, where we saw a 3-0 fashion, and that was the 3-0 of 3-0s, I think. I mean, listen, this game has been out for 2 years, 3 years now. And that is like probably the quickest garrison control of everything. That's probably the quick R back here. Checkmate hardpoint is the place to be right now. Atlanta Dazed and LAG. LAG have to win the next two. They have no choice. They have run out of options. Atlanta Dazed looking to close this one out.
And a all-out brawl in this plain area.
Ooh.
As Colton, I mean, this guy just has been the difference maker right now for Atlanta Dazed in this series. And it is going to be the break for Atlanta Dazed where they can collect some of this time. Cam trying to push through the back and be a nuisance, does find those kills as well. But Atlanta Dazed is going to continue to get this time, although Cam finally hops in that plane and will take control and starting to fry a little bit here. Starting off 4-1, a nice start for him.
Good start here. Contested still is the P1 though, and P2 looks to be promising here for LAG, who continue to hold the spawns down. But as I say that though, Freebie spawning way and away over on the opposite side of the map completely, as Carly has found her way through and will continue to push on through. Still going to be the first one to hop onto this next point here, and Carly's going to do some damage. Going to look for Stroke and Choke. And Stroke and Choke realizes that there are going to be players behind, but Teal's like, I got him real quick. And Colton going to fall up as well. Great break coming in out of Atlanta Dazed. Didn't have the spawns at all, but got him right at the right time, and were able to answer right back. The aggro is working in their favor.
Yeah, that was a great play, and the one thing you really couldn't have happen if you were LAG. Obviously not the worst situation in the world, having only been the second hard point of the game, but you had those spawns, and just like that, Atlanta Dazed were able to get right on through, and they are absolutely just mowing LAG down right now at the start of this map. Freebie will try to get this kill on time, which he does, which will leave the time white for just a second, but Kill Switch quickly there to get the trade, and we'll hop on for the last 14 seconds. So we now head to this P3. Atlanta Dazed with a pretty sizable lead to start this one out, at least through the first two hills.
I feel like we're looking at a carbon copy of Moscow. I mean, this is exactly how Atlanta started the first time. They have a 60-point lead to kick this off. LAG already fighting with a handicap. I mean, a good couple of kills goes their way, and they might have an opportunity. This next hill, they should be able to get some time here, as the rest of Atlanta Dazed is going to get sent back to spawn. But right now, they have already a hill to climb. Steel, though, is going to open things up on the side, and the rest of Atlanta Dazed is going to come in with a side slant push. All of them going to come on in, but LAG going to get the better of it. They're going to find three, but three going the way of Atlanta as well, so it's essentially going to be a 1v1 battle, and Carly is going to get found out. Stroke and Choke on a 5. LAG maintain the hold.
Yeah, this is exactly what they needed, coming off a pretty rough P2 for them, but they're starting to lock this time down. Stroke and Choke, nice little kill there with the headshot multi, and getting help from the reinforcements as well. Atlanta Dazed already forced to basically play for next seal, though. Gonna play this time, and now getting two of his own. You're seeing the spawns come in for LAG. They are going to be spawning on the opposite corner of the map. Atlanta Dazed with the opening time here on P4. The setup is nice, and you have Carly kind of being a roamer right now, which could cause problems here for LAG.
Yeah, we've got to keep an eye on the spawns as well. As I say, I get proven right. Stroke and Choke is spawned in the back, and I don't know if Atlanta is going to pick up on it. So Stroke and Choke gonna probably be the one that breaks the formation. The comms are in, and the immediate turnaround here for Atlanta Dazed. They do find him quickly, and that's a good thing. That was almost going to be disaster. Have spawns and flipped, and now here comes the rest of LAG through that yellow side. But Colton, once again, with that Krig, has posted up and just refuses to die. 4th streak for him, 11-7 after a few points.
Does get taken down, though, and this allows LAG to collect some of this time. Problem for them is Atlanta Dazed do have those preferred side for next. Player number 3, though, Fallen, trying to get in, trying to make that play. Actually gets through radio here and potentially has a play. Does find one on that bottom side of the map, so they got to worry about Fallen here. If you're Atlanta Dazed, you got to be able to clear him out, and this is allowing LAG to get through the back. What a phenomenal play there from Fallen, as it's going to open the door for LAG.
think Colton might have an eye on this, though. Spots Cam, and Freebie ends up getting a kill, but wasn't able to do enough to stop it. But immediately, 2 kills and a god spawn as Cam is still in the way. Is happening? Colton spawned on the bottom, and then LAG spawned on the same side above him. So now LAG gonna have an easy push from behind to retake control of this hard point. So they should be able to get the rest of this time. Atlanta Dazed probably just gonna look towards next.
We'll see. I mean, you can already see that plane control coming in at the start, at least. I mean, for LAG, Fallen essentially makes this play for them to start this point and really gives them as much time as they're getting all alone. Fantastic play from him, and it's allowed this game to get just a little bit closer. Atlanta Dazed is going to collect the rest of the scrap time and be set up for next. So LAG, big break coming in. You see them all trying to get up into this plane. Not going to be an easy task, though, with these Atlanta Dazed guns firing.
Yeah, Atlanta Dazed are just cooped up inside of the plane cabin right now, and they're going to hold on. And Stroke and Choke's going to find one and actually get away with it. And the kill. Still wall bang that sends him back to hell. And now the rest of Atlanta Dazed are going to be back inside. And now LAG just cannot find footing on the inside. They are denied entry right now. They're going to be spawning over on P2 side. Keep an eye on that because you see Colton, bottom of your screen, player number 5, is going to start working his way to try to get spawns real late.
It feels like every time LAG has a good hill, they follow it up with a hill where they can knock it any time. And that's happened again. They got it to about a 20-point deficit and now already back up to a 60-point deficit. So it just not ideal, right? And now you're getting spawns in where Atlanta Dazed really has a chance to put this game away. Got to account for player number 2 in Stroke and Choke. If he's taken down, though, this should basically be free. He does find one for his troubles, and it's still going to spawn LAG out. But again, you know, they have one good hill, and then the next hill they give up 40 to 50 seconds. Just not the recipe to win, and they need a break in a big way here on this P2.
Yeah, this is looking like Atlanta putting up the final wall that LAG is not going to be able to break. But they will hop in through the front and start to eat up some time, possibly hit that sentry mark. They will not do so, but will do so at the very last second. But Atlanta Dazed are still spawning nearby, so they will have easy advantage to hop back onto this point. Colton is on a 10 spree, by the way. 21 and 10, has streaks at his disposal, full streaks at his disposal, and Atlanta just continuing the damage. I think LAG starting to see the writing of the wall as Atlanta Dazed hit that 200 mark.
They do have somewhat of a setup for next year, but you're getting absolutely just plowed down right now. I mean, it's been time and time again where they're just not getting these kills. Finally, Colton gets off his nuclear streak, and maybe a chance here for LAG to get themselves back in. They do have this plane control. Fallen with the read does find that player street side, so LAG trying to soak up some of this time. Seal, though, from the bottom side, finds 2, does get traded out. LAG remain on this time, but one of those situations where on a map like this, on the hill they're on, it just, you cannot make too many more mistakes in this or it's going to get away from you.
Yeah, and Atlanta Dazed just making LAG pay for every single inch right now. LAG cannot find their way in, but Fallen drops in from above, finds one, can't find a second, and it's Carly going nuts on the inside. Couldn't find the second, though, but Colton is immediately there. LAG holding on for dear life. They have to hold on to every second as if it's their last breath on this earth. Fallen will go down. Steel's going to come in with a flank and will find it. Atlanta all of a sudden back in control here. Scrap time going to go in their favor, and they are also going to have position here for next as Kill Switch is already going to be standing by. But look at Stroke and Choke once again found his way through the back and is going to once again be a problem. And now all of a sudden LAG have been able to hop on the point.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit of a misstep there from Atlanta Dazed. You have Kill Switch on rotation, but he was the only one there, and the kills go the way of LAG, which allows them to essentially just walk into this point for free. And now Atlanta Dazed is kind of stuck in a little bit of a trap here. Interesting situation that is brewing. And this would be a phenomenal comeback here for LAG as they are starting to mount it. Atlanta Dazed, I think his streaks are starting to come in, and they're going to try to break their way back in, but the kill feed purple for the time being holding on for dear life as Atlanta Dazed only a few points away at this point, 27 points to be exact. You will go next, and you got to start making that rotation as Stroke and Choke.
Big kill.
Big kill there, gets the rest of the scrap time. Potentially, yes,
Ooh.
looking for more rotation, though. Not really there for LIG. I mean, I know you got to kind of play last, but got to make sure You are set up here as kill switch. I don't know what is on his gun, but he's looking good.
I mean, LIG are in an unfortunate situation where they have to fight for every single second at a time and also worry about rotations. But this one, they seem to do pretty well. They have a nice chain of hills here where they were able to hold a significant amount of that time and also win this rotation battle. And you wouldn't think about it, but when you look at the scoreboard right now, they're starting to come back. If they're able to get a full hold here, they're actually going to be within 20 points of Atlanta Dazed. So this one is not over by a long shot. Fallen is going to catch out Seal, who was real hurt with that grenade, but here comes the rest of Atlanta Dazed. They killed 2 off of the point. Shokachuk might have been able to hold back Atlanta Dazed for a short time, and the rest of the kills come on in. So great play here out of Atlanta, or LAG, I'm sorry. They actually should be able to hit the 200 mark here. So now this is just going to be a pure rotation battle here. So Atlanta Dazed have to make sure they don't misstep anymore because LAG are starting to build.
And Atlanta Dazed playing this pretty passively is you only got one player actually in the plan, and the kills are going the way of LAG, and oh my goodness, they continue to go the way of LAG. Atlanta Dazed is in trouble right now, and maybe, just maybe, LAG can pull this one out. It's going to have to be a break here from Atlanta Dazed, which they get in for a moment, and now these LAG players are starting to fall, only 20 seconds away now after Atlanta Dazed.
But Fallen is there to make a play. Gonna find one, trying to find a second. Can't quite find it, but the nade was actually the TK that comes in and takes out Fallen. Did end up getting the kill, but now Carly's on the point. Gonna be holding it down. Cam's gonna come up top on the way, but Carly's gonna read that one like a book. And is gonna take him down. Carly, I didn't catch the sight of the other LAG member that hopped on top. So now Seal just going to contest and make sure this doesn't get out of hand. So Seal just gonna post up and wait, and you see the rest of Atlanta Dazed. They're just gonna make sure these spawns are held. But this is a great play out of Seal. Finds 2, finds 3. Seal hops onto the point. LAG gotta go. They're gonna hop onto this point, and they will do so. So not enough time, but Atlanta are posted up next. LAG got to go, but Colton is there to seal the deal. Atlanta Dazed are moving on to the semifinals.
That is a phenomenal play there to end that map from Seal, and you're seeing it right now in the best play. Just getting all 3 of these kills, and what that does is it just does not allow LAG to be able to rotate over next with only 10 seconds of time left on this time. I mean, you're seeing 4 kills in